Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on the current, the Tottenham Manchester United team news, as we all currently know. So I'm going to give you a bit of team news, going into this game, because Solskjaer, has potentially, give us a bit of team news. He currently confirmed in his press conference that they've had they've had 4 good days of training, they've worked hard. He said he's laid some principles down, as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's also come out with, he's praised Mauricio Pochettino's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for the work he's done at Tottenham Hotspur, so far, because he has been at Tottenham 5 years. And also, too, he said Man United cannot, be naive against Tottenham. He's also said we can't allow Harry Kane, to create any chances or any kind of opportunities, because, he potentially, puts them away, as we all currently know. But a bit of team news, going into the game, as I currently said, Tottenham are obviously 10 points ahead of us in the league table, as we all know. So they still potentially, do have a shout, in the league, the Tottenham, potentially, they've come close before to winning the league, and they are third, potentially, at Tottenham. They've scored 46 goals this season, and they're playing very, very well, and, they have got a lot of good players. So potentially, if Tottenham did win, potentially they would be going back up to second, as we all currently know. And obviously they're in the league semi-final, so they're not, having a bad season, this season at Tottenham Hotspur. And potentially, yeah, they're sitting in third. They're 10 points ahead of us, as I currently said. They've scored 46 goals of Tottenham, as we all know. So potentially, if Tottenham were to win tomorrow, it would be the first time in nearly 3 decades. So it's 29 year they have done the double over us, the league double over us, because they haven't potentially, done the league double over us, for 29 years of Tottenham Hotspur. As we all know, we have lost our last 3 visits away to Tottenham, as well, as we all currently know. And potentially, we were very, very good, under Alex Ferguson, at White Hart Lane, when it actually was White Hart Lane, when we had Ferguson. We only lost 3 of our last 21 Premier League visits to White Hart Lane, under Alex Ferguson, as we all know. But, we have struggled against Tottenham, lately, to be quite fair. But, they are a very, very good team, as we all currently know. But this is going to be the tester, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. We've had 5 wins out of 5 so far, 16 goals scored, and, players playing to the potential level, as we all know. And we know Solskjaer's been speaking about that. He wants the job on a full-time basis. He'd love the job on a full-time basis with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he said it would be hard for him, to leave Manchester United. But he's got the confidence in the team, motivated the team, as we all know, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And obviously, this is the style of play, that we do want to see, because this is the style of play, that what Solskjaer has, come with, that potentially, what Alex Ferguson had, as we all know, for 27 years, when he had all them great players, as I currently said. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, he's confirmed he thinks it's unlikely Man United will make any signs in January. He doesn't expect Manchester United to make any signs in this January transfer window, of course. But as I did say, there's still key areas in our squad, where we potentially, do need to strengthen up, as we all currently know. We lost to Tottenham early on this season at home by 3-0, as well. That was a comfortable, victory for Tottenham, as I said. So this is a game we want to win, because this is the tester, as we all currently know. Obviously, this is our best start. This is I think this is first manager, to win his first 5 games. His first 5 games in charge. Solskjaer is the first manager to win his first 5 games in charge, since Sir Matt Busby, as we all currently know. It's looking very, very good so far, as we all know. But potentially he's going to make numerous changes from the Reading game, as we all know, because potentially in the Reading game, the performance wasn't up to scratch, against Reading, in the FA Cup last week. We did win, by 2-0. But as I did say, as Solskjaer did say, you can't expect fan city football every week, as he did confirm. He obviously went with a team, that have actually never played together as an 11, so potentially it might have. This is why the rhythm wasn't as good. This is why the movement wasn't as good. This is why we didn't play such a high line, and we didn't play, with a lot of tempo in the game, because potentially went with it was a lackluster performance, from our second 11, as we all currently know. So potentially, he started a lot of fringe players, in that game against Reading, and to be fair, it wasn't a good performance, and they failed, to impress, as I said. And Solskjaer did confirm he's going to rotate. He's going to give everybody the chances. He did confirm, and he's going to give the youth a chance. He's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said, as he did confirm, as I said. But it's looking so good so far under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But the tester is going to be at Tottenham tomorrow. So potentially played fringe players against Reading, but he's going to make numerous changes for this Tottenham game tomorrow. So potentially we know that Eric Bailly's out suspended. We know Chris Smalling's out with a foot injury. As we all know, I think he's missed the last 6 games. As Chris Smalling. Obviously, it's likely it's going to be Phil Jones and Lindelof as a centre back partnership, as we all know. Probably Ashley Young will be coming in at right back, as we all know. He'll be the preferred choice over the lot, and obviously Valencia has hardly played this season. He's out of favour now at Manchester United, so potentially it will be Ashley Young at right back. I think he'll obviously revert. He'll revert back to the midfield three. Will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer go with the trio of Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. And they have looked very, very effective under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I think potentially Solskjaer will go with Herrera, Matic, and Pogba. I think potentially as well, Solskjaer will probably likely start Luke. He'll start Luke Shaw at left back, as we all know, because potentially he's our first choice left back. He's Luke Shaw, as we all currently know. And potentially, obviously, Lukaku and Sanchez started last game. I think Sanchez is a doubt anyway, because obviously he had an hamstring injury for a long time. I think he actually limped off with an injury as well against Reading, so potentially, he's going to be a doubt anyway, and he's a fringe player in my opinion. Same with Lukaku. I think, considering, that he has scored 3 goals in his last 3 games, he hasn't been that consistent this season, Romelu Lukaku, as we all know, and he struggled for goals this season. He has struggled for form this season, but he stepped it up in his last 3 games, to be quite fair as Romelu Lukaku, but I don't think Lukaku will start. I do think he will be benched. But as I did say, it will be likely we'll be going with the attacking trio of Rashford, Martial, and Lingard. So that's who he'll potentially start. And as I said, the likes of Lingard, Rashford, and Martial, taking up Lukaku and Sanchez's roles as I said, Rashford's mainly number 9. I think he's more effective, when you play, Rashford centrally. As we all know, I think Martial's very, very good on the width. He gives, Rashford that support very, very well, and he does create that width, and he's got good pace on the width as Antonio Martial as well. And as I did say, I think Pogba, I think he's been getting the freedom, to express himself, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I think Pogba, has dramatically improved, to be quite fair. And Pogba's been playing really, really well. I know he missed the Reading game, but he'll be in contention to play tomorrow because, Solskjaer confirmed, he's recovered from the injury, that he currently had as well. But I think he's good in a number 10 role. He's Paul Pogba just behind the centre forward. To be quite honest with you, so that will be the potentially the team news, to update you on. That's likely going to be the team news. He's going to go with the team that's looked most effective under him so far. Of obviously Herrera, Matic, and Pogba as a trio in the midfield, because we looked very effective with them, and obviously up front Lingard, Martial, and Rashford. That's who he's potentially going to go with. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. But I said Bay's still injured, of course. Smalling's injured. Bay's suspended. Smalling's injured. Don't know what's happening with Rojo. To quite honest with you, Rojo's still injured. I think he has been injured. As Marcus Rojo as well. Bit of Tottenham's team news. I think Tottenham have got a few injury problems as well. Potentially, reportedly, they've got Eric Dyer out. I think they've still got Lucas Moura out as well. And I think there's a few of their players, that are returning from injury. Tottenham Osper. As we all currently know. But as we all know, Pochettino obviously is looking to win his first major trophy, as manager, because he's never won any silverware as manager as Mauricio Pochettino. And obviously we know that he's Ed Woodward's number 1 choice, to come in at the end of the season, to take the full-time role at Manchester United, of course. It confirmed a couple of weeks ago that Man United were in talks with Ed Woodward over this, as he did, well, no, Manchester United were in talks with Pochettino, sorry. Reportedly, Ed Woodward was in talks as well with Mauricio Pochettino. Well, he was in transfer talks with Mauricio Pochettino, as he did confirm. But we know Pochettino's been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford to come in at the end of the season. But as I did say, Solskjaer said he'd love on a full-time basis, as he did confirm. But yeah, Pochettino, as I said, reports have come out today. Actually, Pochettino, from his own perspective, said he has strong reservations, about leaving Tottenham Hotspur. But he has strong reservations about leaving Tottenham, because as I did say, they're still waiting for their new stadium at Tottenham. I think he's fully committed to Tottenham. I think he's happy at Tottenham. Maybe frustrated with a lack of transfer activity, but they don't spend. He's only spent £50 million in 2014, so you can say, he's got Tottenham in a commanding position, to be quite fair as Mauricio Pochettino, considering that he's hardly spent any money, since he arrived in 2014. He's also been coming out in the media as Pochettino saying potentially that I want to manage Tottenham for 20 years. Tottenham have to observe differently, to win titles, as he did confirm as well, Mauricio Pochettino. But as I did say, reportedly, Danny Lever's come out in the press today, the current Tottenham chairman, and he's blocked, potentially Pochettino making a move to Old Trafford. So potentially, Daniel Lever's confirmed he is reluctant to let Pochettino leave Tottenham and come to Manchester United. So he has confirmed this. He even said if we were to put a bid in the excess of around £50 million to get Pochettino, he still wouldn't, go along with it, Daniel Levy. So he's standing very, very firm, and he is ruthless over Mauricio Pochettino. But that's been, the potential reports coming out of the media today. But as I said, I think he's managed about 250 odd games now for Tottenham as Mauricio Pochettino. He obviously signed a 5-year contract with them last summer, did Mauricio Pochettino, as I said. But I think he's fully happy at Tottenham. He's fully committed to Tottenham. He probably thinks somewhere along the line, he can eventually, win some silverware, with Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe he maybe still need a signing or two in that squad, in Tottenham's squad, as I currently said, because, they've hardly spent since 2014. But he's Premier League proven. He's good at growing and developing young players, and he knows the Premier League does Mauricio Pochettino, as I currently said, and he has Tottenham's mainly built around him, to be quite honest with you, because he's hardly spent out at Tottenham Hotspur, as I said. But obviously, that's Ed Woodward's number one target to come into the club at the end of the season. We've obviously, had a few managers, we've potentially, been interested in as well. But yeah, I still think, there's slight improvements needed in our team. There's been a lot of vast improvements, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be quite fair, because he has brought the fear factor back. He's brought the confidence in the team. He's brought positivity back to the club, as we all know, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. And, potentially we are, what are we, 6? I think we're 6 out. We were now 3 points behind Arsenal because they lost today. We're 9 points behind top 4, as we all know, because potentially top 4 is our aim this season, because we want to get top 4 this season. That's obviously our target. And, top 4 is still possible, as we all currently know, guys, in the process. Top 4 is still possible, as we all currently know, but we've just got to keep winning games, guys, as I currently said. But I think, Solskjaer for me is the right man for the job, because the players are playing for him. As I said, he's got the winning mentality. Like, he understands the philosophy, he likes the width, he likes the attacking football that he has brought to the club so far. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, he knows the trappings of the club, he knows the culture of the club, and he knows the traditions of the club, because he was a great legend and player for 11 years under Alex Ferguson. As we all know, scored loads and loads of goals, scored in 1999 final. As I did say, he's managed a reserve team as well for Manchester United. He knows some of the players, from the reserve team. He's watched them, grow and develop, as we all know, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But yeah, I think we could win at Tottenham tomorrow, because we are a different team now under Solskjaer. As I did say, the difference is when one of us players gets the ball, he sees the 15-20 yard run ahead of him. We're playing faster, we're passing the ball very, very well, we're creating more chances as well. So there's vast improvements, as I currently said. We're looking good out wide as well. Potentially, I think Rashford looks more effective in the middle, as I said. Pogba's getting the freedom to express himself, as I said. I think, the front four are getting the freedom, to interchange, close together as well, which is much, much better. As Curtis said, and no, as I've seen under Solskjaer as well, our front men no longer look isolated, as they did early on this season under Jose Mourinho. They don't look isolated anymore, as they did earlier on in the season. And obviously, we're not playing defensive now. We're going out all attacking, as Solskjaer's confirmed. He wants us to go out all attacking against Tottenham, because we can't sit back and invite pressure against Tottenham, because they will punish. They have got that quality in the final third, to punish you of Tottenham Hotspur, because they've got class players like Harry Kane and all that. And they've got a lot of good players in their team. But, credit Solskjaer, doesn't rest on his laurels, as we all currently know. But we still know there's changes needed in the team, as I said, because as I did say, we need a strong central defender, we need a centre defensive mid, and we need someone on the right as well, because obviously all our attack is coming from the left, as I said. But as I did say, I think we do need a strong central defender. I know a lot of Manchester United fans, would like to see Koulibaly, come in. As we all know, a lot of Man United fans would like to see Koulibaly come in. We know we've been heavily linked to him. We're possibly reporting the other day that Real Madrid were reportedly interested in him. He'd be a great signing for us. He really, really would be. He'd improve us, as we all know. He'd be very, very good in our defensive line. And we know we've been in talks. So far, we've had 3 bids turned down for him. The recent one was £95 million, for Koulibaly, as we all know. But as I said, he's a great player. He's Koulibaly, as we all currently know. And he's 27 years of age, so it would be good for him, to experience the Premier League, as I currently said. But the Napoli president's confirmed they're not willing to do any business in this January window. They're not willing to do any business in this January window. And Napoli, I don't think, but he said reportedly, Real Madrid would interest him. He's got a contract with Napoli till 2023, as we all know. But I think, Napoli know how much of an essential player he is to them, as we all know. And it could take a bid in the excess of £100 million to get Koulibaly. Anyway, so we do need to address our defensive deficiencies, because we have got defensive problems. as we all know, and he would be a great leader in our back line, would Koulibaly, as we all know. Potentially, we know we've been linked with Milan Skriniar as well. He's potentially one of Ed Woodward's targets as well. Milan Skriniar is 23, but as I did say, he's 4 years younger than Koulibaly. He's Milan Skriniar, as we all know. He's at Inter Milan. He's Slovakian. Inter Milan paid £20 million for him, so he has been at Inter Milan since like 2017 as Milan Skriniar. Reportedly, he's got 3 years left on his deal with Inter Milan. The Italian press reported the other day that we'd put around the £54 million bidding for Milan Skriniar, reportedly, but I think he'd still be a good lead in our back line. I think if Solskjaer is to get any signings in, which he doubts, I think they'll grow and develop and flourish fantastically well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. But Milan Skriniar is obviously nowhere near on the same levels as Koulibaly, but as I did say, he's 4 years younger than Koulibaly. He's Milan Skriniar, as I currently said, but Inter Milan reportedly may be demanding that they want a higher fee. We know we've also been interested in Eddie Militao. He's been mentioned in the press loads of times, and his versatility is very good. He's 20 years of age, so he's very young. He only joined Porto last summer from Sao Paulo, where he'd risen up the youth system, and he's Brazilian, the player, and he's versatile. He's got a 40-odd million release clause, and he's got 4 years left on his deal with Porto, as I currently said, but he can play as centre-back, a defensive midfielder, and he can play as a full-back as well. I think he's predominantly a right-back, is Eddie Militao, but a few teams have expressed their interest in him as well. We've been linked to him as well, and he's very young in his prime, and I said any player would probably, flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said. Potentially, we know that there's also to Kostas Manolas, being mentioned. Roma central defender, Greek, 27 years of age, as currently said, about 6 foot summer. He's got a 32 million release clause in his current deal as he's played. There's been a few media reports coming out saying, we've been close, to getting a deal over the line for this player, as I did suggest out to you. This Kostas Manolas, he's 27. He's nowhere near on the same levels as Koulibaly or the top central defenders out there. But reportedly, he's a Roma central defender. Don't really know much about him. I think he's disciplined. He can play deep, at the back as well. This player, so he is disciplined. At the back is his Kostas Manolas. Man United, Raiola been in talks with Man United getting a deal over the line for him because Raiola represents him, as we all know. But we have, being potentially, interested in that player as well. We know Toby Alderweireld's also being mentioned as well, and Premier League proven Toby Alderweireld, as we all know. I think he will be in contention to start tomorrow. He has been linked with a move to Old Trafford as well. He's got a 25 million release clause for the summer because obviously Tottenham have obviously added. Well, they've extended his current contract till 2020, but, it includes a 25 million release clause as well, doesn't it, for Toby Alderweireld, as I said. But he has been linked with a move to Old Trafford as well. He can play as a centre-back and a full-back, can Toby Alderweireld. But, I do think, Phil Jones and Smalling will be gone next season, to be quite honest with you. Bay's been in and out of the team this season, to be quite fair. Bay's been, in and out of the team. But I think he's still got great potential. He's currently suspended at the moment. Rojo's good there as a backup option. I think he's still injured. But his versatility at the back's good. Because he can play in quite a few positions in our back line when he does play Marcus Rojo. So he's good there as a backup option. But yeah, we definitely do need a strong central defender, as we're all aware of. As I said, I think we need a centre defensive mid. To be fair, Matic has played very well so far under Solskjaer. He'll be in contention tomorrow, definitely. I know he's slow and I have reservations about him, but he's effective in his passing. I think under Solskjaer, his distribution's improved. He's galloping forward more and getting more involved. He's Matic. So I think he's actually, dramatically improved under Solskjaer, to be quite honest with you. But I think we need a centre defensive mid, that's fast and tenacious, as I have been, telling you guys, as I said. So that's definite, as I said. But potentially, I said that as our right-hand side, does need addressing as well, definitely because, as I said, all our attack is coming from the left-hand side, as we all currently know. But we've still got players, coming to end of the contracts. It's reportedly confirmed that, we've been in talks of securing Herrera a new deal. We've been in talks of securing, Mata a new deal as well. Mata admitted that he's unsure where he'll be next season. He misses Spain because he actually began his career, with Spain when he was young in his prime. He played at Valencia under Emery, began his youth career, with Real Madrid, as we all know. Now, he's been in the Premier League a good 7-8 years now, as Juan Mata, something like that. He's won every, trophy, I think, apart from the Premier League, and that's the only thing, Juan Mata, hasn't, potentially won is the Premier League, but he has been here since 2014. And to be fair, he has been very consistent, since we've got him, Juan Mata, to be quite honest with you. Some people say, how does he fit in this new system at Manchester United? To be quite honest with you, I don't think he will potentially start tomorrow, Juan Mata, to be quite honest with you. He'll start Lingard over Mata, in my opinion, to be quite honest with you. We've got Herrera. I think he'll start tomorrow because, that attacking trio, that midfield trio have looked very, very good under Solskjaer. Herrera, Matic and Pogba, have looked very, very good indeed. As I said. So Herrera, Man United have been talks of securing him a new deal. As I said, we triggered a 1 year extension on his current contract, I think, last year. Was it or something like that, Fernando Herrera, as we all know. But I think, he's been a very, very good signing since Louis van Gaal got him, in 2014. As I said, so we're in talks to secure him a new deal. There's been talks of Ashley Young, Man United have been talks of securing him a new deal as well. Ashley Young's been a very, very good servant. He's been developed over the years. He's been here, well, God, is it now, 7, 8 years or something like that. He's made over 300 odd appearances, I think, for Manchester United, but we know obviously he's been our first choice right back, but yeah, he has failed to sign an extension on his current contract, and he is 33 years of age. He's Ashley Young, as we all know, as I did currently say, but it will be likely he will be featuring, tomorrow against Tottenham as well. And, we've obviously got, obviously, we want to get De Gea a new deal, to sign a new deal. We want Martial to sign a new long-term deal as well. So that's something else, that's something else, that does need addressing, at Manchester United, as I currently said. But, yeah, we are linked to, with quite a lot of players, as we all currently know. As I updated you earlier on, I've given you some of the results today. Potentially, Arsenal losing away at West Ham by 1-0. Chelsea winning at home to Newcastle 2-1. Liverpool back to winning ways, winning away at Brighton by 1-0. The other results, Burnley won 2-1, I think, at home to Fulham. Southampton won away to Leicester 2-1 as well. And yeah, Manchester City do play on Monday night. I thought they played tomorrow, but it is on Monday night. I can't remember who they've got, but they do play on Monday night. I think it's Wolves, isn't it? Or something like that. But yeah, but as I said, Arsenal have got a lot of problems. As I said, potentially, they've got a lot of problems. Umremme, obviously, has, confirmed that Arsenal, can potentially, he said they can only afford loan signings in this January window. So, but obviously they're not going to be buying any players, in this January window, as I currently said. But as I did say, Arsenal look a state. And, obviously, they had Wenger for 22 years. And when Wenger, left, and what's his name, Ivan Gazidis, left. He left the Arsenal Football Club in a total state. He left Arsenal. He left Arsenal. They left Arsenal. Football Club in a state. We did Wenger and Ivan Gazidis, as we all know, and obviously potentially, a lot of Arsenal fans want Stan Kroenke out because he isn't spending any money into the club. I think he's only there. He doesn't care about Arsenal Football Club, and he's only there potentially, in my opinion, to invest for the investment to him. That's the only reason he's there, and potentially, he isn't spending any money into that club, and obviously Arsenal fans want him out. And as I did say, Arsenal, to be quite honest with you, since that 22-match unbeaten run, they have gone downhill, big time with Arsenal. So you can see where the problems, lie in their team. And as I did say to you guys, they have got a lot of problems with Arsenal. Potentially they want Kroenke out, as they have confirmed. But they have got a lot of problems. They're going to be seeing players leaving. They've still got injuries of Arsenal, so they have potentially, got a lot of problems. But they haven't been getting the right amount of money, to spend on players they want. They didn't get it under Wenger. They so far haven't got it under Umremme, and potentially, Arsenal have not been backing the manager, as we all know, currently enough. I know he got 5 players last summer, Umremme, but it's only his first season potentially, but he's confirmed, he's ruled out Arsenal making any permanent signings in this January window. As we all currently know, it's confirmed Arsenal can only make loan signings, as I've already discussed with you, as we all know. But they lost away at West Ham 1-0, and potentially it was a disgusting performance from Arsenal, potentially, because I watched actually some of the game. As I said, I didn't watch all of it. Potentially West Ham dominated. They've got Sami Nasri now of West Ham as well. He's obviously an ex-Arsenal player, as we all know. Potentially West Ham dominated today. If Arsenal only looked lively, when they bought Torreira on and when they bought Aaron Ramsey on, then Arsenal, looked lively, to be quite fair. But apart from that, they did nothing in the game. Aubameyang was poor in the game for Arsenal as well. And they've been very, very good this season, Aubameyang and Lacazette, up front, mostly for Arsenal, delivering them goals and all that. But it's clear Umremme is identified 2, areas in the Arsenal squad he wants to address, and that's the wing position, and he also wants as John centre-back, as he has confirmed as Umremme. And I've already gone through here. Arsenal obviously have got a few potential targets to want. It's obviously been confirmed that potentially Aaron Ramsey's going to be leaving. The Italian press have reported today from the Italian press that reportedly Juventus are willing to offer Medhai Benatia, in exchange for Aaron Ramsey, because potentially Juventus, from their perspective, are still keen on getting Ramsey in this January window, even though Ramsey has agreed to join, Juventus in the summer, as we all currently know. He has agreed to join Juventus in the summer on a 5-year deal worth 36 million, as it has confirmed. £140,000 a week and 7.2 million a season. So he's going to be potentially the second highest paid player, with Juventus. Reportedly, he said he was going to be having his medical tomorrow. Aaron Ramsey, to confirm it, because Arsenal have blatantly told him he's not getting a new contract, as it has been confirmed. But as I did say, Umremre, I think Stu wants to keep. Umremre still wants to keep Aaron Ramsey until his current contract expires. But now Juventus have reportedly offered Medai Benatia, for Juventus to get Aaron Ramsey. This could, soften Umremre's stance on Aaron Ramsey reportedly. But, he's done very, very well for the club. Arsenal give him a good standing ovation, as we all currently know, for what he's done for the club, for Arsenal Football Club, over the years. He has been there 10 years, as I currently said, as Aaron Ramsey. He risen up the ranks Cardiff, he risen up the ranks with them for 8 years, as we all know. Now he's at Arsenal. He's been at Arsenal since 2008. I think he's made over 300 odd appearances, in all competitions, as Aaron Ramsey. He's won 3 FA Cups, scored in 2 of the finals, as we all currently know as Aaron Ramsey. But he's confirmed he signed a pre-contract agreement deal, with Juventus, as Aaron Ramsey, as we all currently know. So obviously Arsenal want a replacement, as I said, but Umremre has confirmed they can only afford loan signings, as he has confirmed. So I just like smoke music when I'm on this. But yeah, as I said, Arsenal have got problems in their team and they need to address them problems, as I said. But, to be fair, they haven't been getting the right amount of money to spend on players they want. And as I did say, they've got obviously average players in there as well, average players on big contracts, as I currently, said earlier on my other video as well. But potentially Aaron Ramsey's going to be going, as I currently said. So Juventus have got to think about, how he's going to fit in their team, as I currently said. But yeah, this Medai Benatia has been mentioned in potential swap deal with Aaron Ramsey. He's Moroccan, he's 31 years of age, and he is, out of his prime, basically. Don't really know much about him. I know he's Moroccan and he's a Juventus centre-back. He's played for Underneath before, Roma before, Bayern Munich before, and all that. And Marseille, when he was younger in his prime, began his youth career there. In 2017, did the player as well, did this Medai Benatia, but reportedly Arsenal have previously been linked with him as well because he wants to strengthen his central defensive lineup. Does Umremre, as he has confirmed. We know potentially, they have been linked with that, former Atletico Madrid winner, Yannick Carrasco. He's been mentioned, in the press quite a few times as Yannick Carrasco. Reportedly, he's been offered to Arsenal, reportedly, as Yannick Carrasco. Yannick Carrasco is 25. He is Belgium. He plays in the Chinese Super League for Delaney Fang, as I currently said. And he's actually, an ex-Atletico Madrid player. He's only been in China like a year as the player. Don't really know much about him. He is a winger. Played for Atletico Madrid for like 2.5 years. He began his senior career with Monaco as well, did the player. And he actually began his youth career with Gent, but reportedly the player is, reportedly it did say in the press over there, the player is willing to accept a cut price deal because potentially the salary he's on, which is 8.8 million a year, around £170,000 a week, Arsenal cannot match this. Reportedly, but he's been a potential Arsenal target. I think he wants to come and play in Europe, as he has confirmed this Yannick Carrasco. But a few teams have been interested in, but I think reportedly he prefers to move to Arsenal, as he has confirmed this player, this Yannick Carrasco. And potentially we know they've been heavily linked, with Denis Suarez as well. He's been mentioned in the press, and he's potentially, I think, Umremre's number one target, to get in at the Emirates Stadium. But it has been made clear that he does want to make the move to the Emirates, does Denis Suarez. He wants to reunite with Umremre, as we all know, because they worked together, when obviously he was on loan with Denis Suarez, as we all know, he hasn't been getting the first team football at Barcelona. He's falling down the pecking order at Barcelona as Denis Suarez, as we all currently know. But I think, negotiations have been going on. Arsenal have approached currently Denis Suarez representatives about discussing around a 14-15 million pound fee, as we all currently know, for the player, Denis Suarez. But as I currently said, at one point, Barcelona were playing hardball. Now they seem to have softened the stance, as I said, regarding Denis Suarez. He's been heavily linked with a move to the Emirates, but I think he does want to make the move to the Emirates. And Arsenal, reportedly the Barcelona president now got involved. He's been in negotiations, with Arsenal over this, and reportedly the Barcelona president has promised, Denis Suarez a move this month, to the Emirates, to join Arsenal. But reportedly Arsenal, I said, want to get him on loan. Denis Suarez, because obviously Umeme is confirmed they can only afford loan deals, and he's confirmed. Well, Umeme's ruled out, a permanent move for Denis Suarez, as I currently said, a permanent move. But Barcelona will go along with this unless Arsenal, unless there's a clause, involved in the deal, to make the deal permanent in the summer. But maybe Arsenal want to see, how he progresses on loan, and then obviously make a decision if they want to get Denis Suarez permanently, as I currently said. But he's been a potential Arsenal target, as I said. But obviously he's versatile. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play through the middle. He can play on the he can play centrally. As I said, can the player as well. So he's versatile. He's 25 years of age. As I currently said, is this player. But as we all know, Arsenal have been heavily linked with him as well. So they have got a few potential targets they're interested in. As I did say, they need reinvestments. They need depth in their squad. As I said, because Welbeck's leaving, Ramsey's leaving. They've got injury problems. Ozil's future's uncertain. He's been injured. As I said, he was injured early on the season. Missed the game today against West Ham as well. So he has been missing a lot of key games this season, as Mesut Ozil. So potentially, his future's still uncertain. He's on £350,000 a week with Arsenal as well. He's Mesut Ozil. So potentially, his Arsenal future is uncertain, as I currently said. So yeah, Arsenal I've got a lot of problems, as I currently said in the process. And now, if we win tomorrow, we will go level on points with Arsenal, to be quite fair. Obviously, Arsenal want top four, to invest more money into their club, as I said, and, to attract players' interest, just like we want to do that. Our target, Manchester United, is to, get into the top four this season, as we all know. It's between us and Arsenal and Chelsea, that are fighting for top four. As we all currently know, obviously giving news earlier on, what we're going on with Chelsea and all that. They won at home today against Newcastle, by 2-1, as we all currently know. But yeah, as I did say, this is my, Tottenham Man United team news, as I did currently say, who I think is likely, who Solskjaer is going to go with, as I said. Looking for his sixth win, now as Manchester United manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We're sitting 10 points behind Tottenham in the table. They could go second, if they win tomorrow. Because Tottenham Hotspur, as I currently said, but they've got a very, very good squad. As we all currently know, that could cause us all sorts of problems. But I think we'll be up for the task, as we all know, because we have got good players. We've got a good enough squad, to definitely, get something, out of tomorrow's game. As we all know. But I'm really, really looking forward to to be quite honest with you. Do I think there'll be a lot of goals in it? Not to be quite honest with you. I think it'll be I think it'll be a draw or a Manchester United win. To be quite honest with you, as I said. So, as I did say, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. As I said, if you do consider subscribe, as always, I will be back tomorrow with some more live videos to keep you up to date with what's going on. And we'll be back, tomorrow evening, with the Tottenham Manchester United full-time reaction, as we always are on this channel. So anyway, take care, God bless. I'll see you all again very, very soon, guys.